What kind of messages are we sending to the president? Stop ruining our country. There's a good start. Stop defunding wonderful programs. Stop laying off our dedicated federal workers. All of those and all that you can think of that let us know the harm he's doing to all of America and, in fact, all of the world.
Here in 1977 in Alaska, 1977, and somebody that was my age at the time, which was in my early 20s, I had a place I could live, I could buy a car, I worked for the Teamsters, and I had a great salary and amazing health care, and all that stuff just slowly disappeared. It was like late 70s in Alaska.
Good. So, biggest thing, all of this, everything that's going on here is in preparation for the march tomorrow. So it's going to be tomorrow at 12, and then by tomorrow, I mean Friday the 14th at 12 o'clock at 510 L Street. It's a march for veterans. If you know somebody, if you care about somebody, or you support your veterans, we'll see you out there.
We're doing two kinds of postcards tonight. One set of postcards, pre-printed and looking beautiful for you, are in defense of Medicaid, and they are going to be hand-delivered to our congressional delegation. And hot out of the printer are postcards to go to the White House. These are part of Blizzard the White House on the Ides of March, so we'll mail them on the 15th to President Trump, telling him exactly, in polite language or not, as you choose, what we think of him.
Why do you think that disappeared just like that?
Well, I think that they decided to not share that money. They decided that they could basically, make more money for the owners, the oil company owners, and less money for the people who are actually working.
Do you think they care about the companies more than Alaskan citizens?
Oh yeah, it's always that. I mean, people, yes.
What changes would you like to see happen immediately?
It's veterans, basically federal workers, anyone impacted, people cut by the VA, anybody that basically either supports the troops, supports the feds, or supports people beside you. So I mean, at this point, it's for everybody. So.
For jaywalking, but they are talking about bringing that back because there's been so many pedestrian deaths.
Right.
That can be used to prevent those kinds of processions.
Right.
So it's something to keep aware of. I agree. Mixed messages is no good. No bueno.
Allowing traffic, but at the same time, keeping the flow steady pretty much. So we have different. We have
to make a rule,
right?
So that people, and you kind of announce it ahead of the group heading out.
Right.
Yeah, and that way everybody will know how to be there.
We are in the process of trying to tie all those things together. So
So I believe Linda is standing there with a handful of postcards.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah. Does anybody need any more postcards to write? These? No, I'm doing good. These are for Blizzard the White House.
With the White House is tomorrow?
Oh, no, on the 15th.
Sunday afternoon, we're writing postcards, but we don't know how many we can get done.
Do a postcard to the president, at least one tonight, maybe two, maybe three, maybe before, the more he gets, the better he'll get our message.
I hope it blows up his mailbox, but I want them to get the message that essentially people are paying attention, people care, people are actively doing what they can for each other, so yeah.
Else. We want Medicaid to be covered. We want people to be able to have health care. Instead of having to choose between their life savings and their health, that it seems we should be able to have Medicaid for all. What else? I mean, the list is pretty long.
People shouldn't have to go bankrupt.
Affordable
If you go-
housing.
Yeah. People shouldn't have to go bankrupt if things go wrong. If you trip on a stick, you shouldn't have to immediately owe a medical company $30,000 or $45,000 just to make sure your legs work, your hands work, or you're able to be okay. That's the biggest. Like if I could change anything for people right now, I think that's the biggest one is getting people the opportunities.
Yeah.
Right.
We support women's rights. We have the right to get an abortion if we need one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I second that.
I second all of those things. Healthcare, reproductive rights, affordable housing, education.
So if there was one change you would like to change here in the community, what would it be?
Education. We need education to be financed. Housing to be affordable. I would like to see fewer, I mean, there's so many people on the streets, homeless people. And I drive around this city a lot, and I see a lot of churches that are empty from Sunday to Sunday. There's like nobody there. There's space. They don't pay taxes, and they could be doing the work of Jesus if they brought in people that people that are homeless into the churches during the week from Sunday to Sunday. They have showers, they have kitchens, they have places to sleep. Why are they not reaching out and just take one family, just take one, if there's some legal reason, why can't you take something, do something?
That is so you believe that those buildings that are not being utilized, like churches and places, should be utilized for help the homeless?
Why not?
And why do you think they're not doing that? Is it?
Well, I think I asked a pastor one time, and it was a very quick conversation because both of us were kind of not able to spend too much time talking because of what else was going on. But she said something like, we can't because of some kind of laws and things that are in place that make it so you can't just house people in your church. And I wasn't able to find out so what are those laws and why are they there and who put them there, because why are they there? That's not, I mean, if you're gonna really do the work that you say you're doing to help homeless and the hungry, I mean, those are the things Jesus said, and they're not doing it.
And what do you think about housing becoming more expensive in Alaska?
I think it's terrible that it's so much more expensive that people can't afford to live. They can't afford to buy a house. And when I moved here in '77, I didn't buy a house, but if I wanted to buy a house, I was in my 20s. I could have bought a house. I could have done that. And it's ridiculous that they don't make that easy.
Definitely. Thank you very much. What's your name?
My name's Mary Shallon.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, nice. And what's your name?
Abraham.
Abraham.
Yes,
Okay.
but the channel is called Elephant Mad Alaska. It covers everything on Alaska and brings awareness to the people.
Got it. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
You're welcome.
Together what? Networking what? Yeah. This is how we do it. Okay, so.
Do you agree with those colors, Emily? Immediately?
Okay, everybody, I want to ask you, we're going to try and make some buttons that people can wear all the time and hopefully raise consciousness. What do you want to put on a button? I've got a thing to say resist, but on the other hand, you want, we could put, we want to avoid anything like sedition, but you know, what do you think we could say on a button that, like if I go to dinner with somebody and they have my button on, and people at the next table will go, hey, I want one of those. You know, and I think it would be a great way of getting increasing support.
How about that?
Wow! I think we just found our button.
Oh, I love that.
My husband wants to do a button too.
That
And
what?
he did that for me.